some punctuation or something. I haven't figured it out yet, but there's some punctuation that Streamlabs does not like if you put it in the title. Because I've noticed that if I change certain punctuation stuff, it will it'll go through then, but otherwise uh, it has an error fetching the information.
Yeah.
So this quotation marks will crash. This simple quotation marks will crash an entire program. That's sound design.
Nice.
So, but anyways, we'll just wait a few minutes for people to show up. I always like to kind of wait, give it a second for people to come in the stream. Um, but yeah, how have let me make sure that everything's been going. Yeah, okay, everything's up and well. Okay, so I see we got Fimshep in the background, Commander Shepard. Um,
Yeah.
so so what I have to ask, what did you think of Mass Effect Andromeda? Have you played it? Yeah, you played it, right?
I played it. I played it until the end.
You, all right. Well, you
Uh,
sound so thrilled about it.
I mean, if you don't see it as a Mass Effect, it's fine. It's okay. It's an okay game. But if you see it as a Mass Effect, you're gonna cry. You're just gonna cry.
So, which is your favorite of the Mass Effects?
The second one, like,
Yeah,
the whole Cerberus one.
yeah. I think that pretty. I don't want to speak for everybody. I know a lot of people like the first one. But I think for me, yeah, the second one, bar none, was the best. Um, the writing in the second one is just so damn good.
Yeah, the
All
characters are so lovable.
yeah, all the characters are really well done, and they're so well done that in the third one they took half of them out and put in new characters that you'd never met before.
Yeah.
Uh, and one of them is played by Freddie Prinze Jr., which is still kind of strange to this day.
Yeah.
Uh, by the way, fun fact: did you play any of the Dragon Age games?
I played all three of them. Yeah.
Okay. Freddie Prinze also plays uh, um, oh god, I forgot his name. The crap, it's been forever since I played a Dragon Age game. Hang on. Hey, Quirky, what's going on, buddy? Oh, okay, Quirky, no problem, buddy. Let's see. That's gonna bug me. I gotta look this up now. Yeah, it's Dragon Age Inquisition. Characters. Iron Bull. There we go. Yeah, he
Oh,
plays Iron Bull.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, I think that they changed his voice just a little bit. I like Dragon Age Inquisition. A lot of people didn't care for it as much. But I liked it. I think one was the best. Dragon Age Origins was the best.
By far one, yeah.
But I really did like uh Inquisition. Two I think was the worst probably.
I think I needed like 2 or 3 attempts until I finished the second one. Like it was so weird. It didn't feel fluid.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest issue that I had with the second one was that if you didn't turn the difficulty all the way up, it was an action RPG. You could literally
Yeah,
just spam commands
yeah,
and win. It was only until you turned the difficulty all the way up that you had to start micromanaging stuff, and it felt like the original Dragon Age.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't necessarily. I mean, Hawk wasn't necessarily a bad character. I didn't have anything against the character per se, but it was just I don't know. It just didn't feel like a good follow up to Dragon Age. It felt very
Yeah.
limiting. They're like, hey, we're going from whenever people go from open world to like we're confined to this one city, I have questions.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of questions. So
The world was so small in the second game. Like,
that sounds like I love how you say it. It sounds like the worst opening to a fantasy. The world was tiny.
yeah.
The world was so small. like like wait, is
Imagine having a fantasy game, and the first thing you hear is like the word is small.
yeah. It's like I'm trapped inside a window. Like what are you a mosquito? Like what
Yeah.
the shit? Um but yeah, it was good though. I mean, in terms of story it wasn't bad at all, but it was just um the yeah the gameplay was not very good. The world was very small. I think my biggest issue with it actually of all the issues I had with it, my biggest issue was that I mean the story was good, but by the end of it, like it didn't matter what you did,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
you couldn't save the Mages Guild because they went in like full blown panic mode and just decided to like turn everybody into an abomination. And then you couldn't join the Templars because if you did, they went crazy with power. Like
Yeah.
and it didn't. And if you joined, whatever group you joined, the other one did the exact same thing. So by the end of it,
Yeah. It
it
doesn't matter what you pick.
yeah, it doesn't matter what you pick. Um, so yeah, it was. I don't know. It was just completely fruitless. Uh, but I don't know. If they make a fourth one, I'll probably play it. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. If it looks anything like Andromeda, I'm gonna be gracefully bowing out. I couldn't play it. I tried playing Andromeda,
Yeah.
and
Like I
about
said, it was.
about the time that my character smiled, you know, uh, I was like, mm, I'm gonna go ahead and dip from that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can imagine.
but at any rate, okay. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started, and as people come in, um, so everyone, welcome. We are now at crazy to think, but we're at the ninth episode of Yawny After Dark. It's 4:30 p.m. for me, but somewhere in the world it is nighttime, and that's somewhere for right now. Mike, thanks so much for the host, buddy. I appreciate it. That somewhere right now is where, and I don't want to give away its location. That's where Nar is currently at. It's 10 p.m. for you, right? 10:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Also, most people know that I'm from Germany,
Oh,
so.
okay, 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 okay. Yeah. Um. So it's oh, there we go. Did I spell it? There we go. Okay, cool. I got that right. So yeah, I'm going to, as always, hand it off to Nar, for a few minutes and let him introduce himself. And yeah, so Nar, if you want to go ahead and take it away for a few minutes.
So, my name is NarOres or Michael, whatever you prefer. Um, I'm a variety streamer of the Mushu streaming team. Basically, I play everything that has some story for me. Like, story is the most important thing in the game for me. Beside like games like Overwatch, they also has a story. Um, yeah. We played like on my streams. We played like games like Mass Effect, the Telltales, the Walking Dead games. We played the Darksiders games. Recently, we play a lot of Sea of Thieves. Um, with the community. So I'm a full-time variety streamer. When I stream variety.
Uh, so I'll ask you about Sea of Thieves here in just a little bit because I actually picked it up here in the Steam Summer Sale myself.
Yeah,
Boy, that sounds like an advertisement. Wink, Steam Summer Sale. Um, but you were talking about story, and I think that that resonates with me, quite a bit because I didn't grow up with competitive games. I grew up with RPGs, action adventure games. But for me, the most crucial part was the story. Um, because in a lot of instances with, the older games, the story was one of the driving forces because they couldn't rely on
yeah,
insane graphics. I mean, you would consider the graphics really good at the time, but I mean, nobody was playing. I'm just using this as an example. It's not really known for its insane story, but you wouldn't pick up Super Mario and think, oh my God, these are ultra realistic,
yeah,
photorealistic, 3 pixel graphics, or 8-bit. Um,
yeah.
so it was very crucial to for video games to have a good story, um, oh, did it not change? Hang on 1 second. Oh, uh, hmm. Well, hang on 1 second.
Yeah, it still says Remnant.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Um, so, uh, I like how I have to update that with the game command. Uh, so thanks, Vidiot. I appreciate it, buddy. Um, but with, looking back, what are some of the, because, we're close in age. I mean, you're 29, I'm 30. What were some
Yeah.
of the older games where you just were mesmerized by the story?
Ooh, basically, I'm a Blizzard child there. Like the first real games that I can remember, like with story, was like the Warcraft 2 game,
Okay.
StarCraft 1, Diablo 2. Those were the kind of games that I enjoyed and where was really digging into the story, you know.
Well, I think I mean Diablo 2 I think has a fantastic story. I love the
Oh
way that
yeah.
I love the way that they did it with they kind of an anachronistic storytelling where they're telling, from the beginning but with um the narrator and yeah, I agree. I agree with it. Yeah, StarCraft One had a great story too. But with the narrator in Diablo 2, and I can't remember his name now off the top of my head. Um, but him, accompanying the Dark Wanderer, um,
Yeah.
aka Diablo. I mean, we know that, you know,
Yeah.
pretty much at the beginning. We know that at the end, but um, his with their um no, he is named Vidiot. He's named at the very beginning. Um,
I can't remember the name by now.
yeah,
It's way too long that I played Diablo.
Marius. That's his name.
Okay. Yeah, could be.
No, no, no. I just looked it up. Marius,
Okay.
the narrator and important character of the Diablo 2 cutscenes.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go with your word on it, Diablo Wikipedia. Um, but yeah, it was a fantastic game. Absolutely love the storyline. Best Diablo, um, bar none. But yeah, so you from quite a while back were a big fan of Blizzard because the games
Oh
that
yeah.
you
Yeah.
mentioned Blizzard and their storytelling.
Yeah.
Um, what about did you play any like the Final Fantasy games or
I also played the Final Fantasy games. Yeah,
okay.
the first Final Fantasy that I ever played was like the 7 one.
Okay, yeah.
Uh, so I started with the best one for me.
Have you played the remake?
Not yet, not yet. Because I don't have an PlayStation,
Okay.
but I'm planning to.
Okay. Well, at this point you could maybe just wait till the dang PS5 comes out. By the time,
Yeah,
that comes out, I'm sure you'll be able I can't fathom you won't be able to download it on the PS5. Um but Final Fantasy, so you played 7. Did you play in the other ones like 8, 9, 10?
I played like from 7 or I played almost every Final Fantasy, even like the Final Fantasy Tactic games,
Oh, I love
like
those.
for the game, like for the Game Boy Advance back then.
The
Um,
Final Fantasy, I gotta say this real quick. Final Fantasy Tactics, the original one for the PlayStation. Final Fantasy
yeah,
Tactics, the first half of that game is one of the best stories of all time. The second half
yeah.
is garbage, which is what kind of ruined it for me as far as the story goes. But the first half of that game is amazing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, for me, it was like I was kind of curious back then when I first played it. Like, how can they manage like a good Final Fantasy story? You know, like in a strategy based, like chess map fighting style. So that's why I played it, and I'm totally with you there. Like, I loved the first half of the game. Then it took a turn that I don't like.
Nars like, and then it happened.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I can probably guess at what point you didn't like it because it was the point that I didn't like it, and that was when you have all these established characters, and then out of nowhere, here come the quote unquote main villains, and
Mm-hmm.
they just start killing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler
Yeah.
alert on a
Yeah.
20-year-old game, but they just start killing everybody, and you're uh you're just sitting there going, "Who the hell are these people?" you know,
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
Who are you? Why are you on the game?
yeah, it was the Holy Knights is who it was, but and I think that the best aspect of that story, as far as an antagonist goes, was Vagrave, who was established pretty early on as a very, very important antagonist, and he was for quite a bit. And I think he should have been the main antagonist for the game. He was, if you remember, he was the Holy Knight whose sister you killed.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I remember like a little, pretty dark, but I remember, yeah.
yeah, yeah, but he was the Holy Knight, and he was like leading like the rebellion or whatever, the small like rebellion that you kind of squashed early on in the game.
Yeah.
He was a fantastic antagonist, if you will. Well written, and they eventually, again, spoiler alert on a 20-year-old game, they eventually, snuff him out um, in place of, the guy who becomes the main villain, who, you know, I think he like shows up in the last half act, and you're just like, all right, I don't know who the hell this dude is. He showed up and he killed everybody. Like,
Yeah.
you know, uh,
Honestly, it was the turning point for me where I like took a break from the game for like 2 weeks.
oh,
I I just were, okay, do your thing. I'm out here, you know.
yeah, yeah, no, I agree. Be like, that's where you put the controller down, and you're like, you know what? I've had enough. That's enough video games for one day.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think for me, which I agree, I love Final Fantasy VII. But I always say that for me, storyline, and it might be because it was what I started with, but six will always have a special place in my heart, and that was the one, or that was I think like Final Fantasy um, six in America, and then like three in Japan or whatever it was,
Yeah,
and that will always have a special place in my heart because it was the one I started with. It was for Super Nintendo, and it was just a fantastic game. Um, and yeah, it was. Oh, Kefka, yeah, Kefka better than Sephiroth. Um, yeah, I mean,
Kefka was awesome.
yeah, I agree. I think what was so, I mean, Kefka was that original Joker before it became cool to have the, you know, nihilistic character, if you will. But yeah, Kefka's whole thing was like just destroying the world because he could. Like that was
Yeah,
basically it. Um, thank you so much, Amber. I didn't mean to ignore you there. I'm trying to be be better about that and like simultaneously handle doing an interview while making sure to thank people. Not very good at it though. I'm still learning, but yeah, Kefka, I absolutely loved him. Um, and but I mean different antagonists, for different games. What did you think of 15?
um, it started good, but I really fast lost interested in the game. I don't know. I just couldn't play it at some point anymore. Like I dropped it. I never finished it. So
You know what? It's funny because 15 was the first Final Fantasy where I think I really didn't care about the story at all. And it was just fun to drive around with my friends in a car
yeah,
and do things, you know. And that was what was so funny about that game was that the open world mechanic was phenomenal. I absolutely love, just driving around, hanging out with your buddies,
yeah,
killing giant monsters, going fishing, taking pictures. Like all that stuff was like super cool. Like I loved all that stuff. But then when they were like, all right, it's time to go into the story. I'm like, do I have to? Like,
yeah,
we were having a road trip. Um, it was yeah. There was just so much about the world building of that game that was fantastic, and then the story just kind of completely collapsed. Which is funny because I've heard numerous sources say that like the main writer or whatever got fired or quit or whatever during development, and so then they had
yeah. I
like
was
other
reading about this.
yeah they had other people to so if they could have kept that together, it might have been far more cohesive. But it was so unbelievably rushed. The main story. It was just
Yeah,
like and you're done. Like what? Like what happened? So I think that was the major issue, and the story didn't take upon at all really. It did take advantage at all of the amazing world building that had been going on.
yeah.
But um, what about the Lightning series? Did you like that at all? Final
I mean,
Fantasy, what was that?
the
13?
Lightning series was in the beginning pretty meh. Let's say it this way. I had many characters where I thought, okay, dude, just can you shut up, just please. Um, but back then, when you came into this like open world setting, like um, then there was for me the turning point where I started to love the game, like love the characters. Like further you come into the game, the more you like some characters. I still don't like Hope, but
Poor Hope.
I try.
He's
I
trying.
try.
He's trying his best, Nar.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good game in the end. Like I know there was much like shit talk about the game. But in the end, I back when I finished it, I loved it.
I think
I
it had
even
a
played like
really
the sequels.
I think it had a really underrated story.
Yeah.
The story was like really really good. Um, but yeah, Hope. I feel so bad because like I feel like they tried so hard to make that character likable, and I just couldn't. I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't I couldn't do it. Um, I don't know. Actually liked Lightning as a main character. That
She was good. Yeah.
it's sad because Final Fantasy 12. I know it's on Steam and I'm probably gonna buy it, but I feel like I need to go back and give that game another chance. But damn, if that wasn't the most forgettable of the Final Fantasies, I couldn't. I remember playing it when I was younger, and I couldn't tell you a single character from that game.
I I have the same feeling. I know I played it. I know I finished the game, but I don't remember the names of the characters. I don't remember the story. I don't remember anything. Like it's I know I played it. I 100% I'm 100% sure I played it and I finished it. I was not drunk or anything. Like I know it.
Where when a game makes you a boomer,
Yeah.
like I know that I played this game. I know it.
Yeah.
I remember there being a ship, and I remember there being things, and that's it. And then the game was over.
Then you remember more than I do,
Oh god.
honestly.
Well, the reason I remember the game honestly at all even is because there was a hilarious parody that somebody did of the opening cinematic, and they were just making fun of like the ship design, and they were like, "Who builds a ship like that? It's a flying boot. It's shaped like a shoe. Like why?" He's like, "That is just." He goes, "That is just not aerodynamic at all. Like that would never fly." Um, and yeah, it was I don't know, it was hilarious, like how they were just kind of like memeing on it the entire time, and then I couldn't get flying shoe out of my head. The aesthetic of Final Fantasy games is beautiful, but the practicality is just not there in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
Um,
on many Final Fantasy games, it's that.
yeah. So what got you started in streaming?
Ooh, honestly, as a German, I was like pretty limited to what I could see. Like, um, I didn't know what Twitch was until like 4 years ago. Um, Back then, our biggest German YouTuber started streaming on this platform.
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, cool! Like, let's look around. Look around. There are so many streamers, you know. Like, and then I was like, oh, maybe I could do this too. Maybe I like this kind of talking to people, you know, like playing games, talking to people, giving them a better day. And then I figured out, okay, you need a good internet for this, which I hadn't at this moment. Um, so I took the idea back, and then I discovered Mushu. I was like, back when I came to Mushu, I was in a pretty bad spot,
Hmm.
like mentally wise. Um, it took me like 6 months until I talked into a stream, you know, and then slowly it built it up. The idea again, like streaming, talking to people, giving them a good time, and so on and so on.
So you had streamed and then you had gone on a hiatus.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, what drew you to Mushu and like the Mushu community?
Um, Basically, I was back then I was like a support main, like watching. I was like, okay, maybe I learned something from streamers, you know, like positioning wise and so on. And I discovered Mushu, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care about like positioning. I just like it here.
So,
And um, back then I was like really like I said, in a bad spot. I almost didn't talk to my best friend, so
mm,
I was kind of shy. Um, and after 6 months, I like after 6 months in the chat, like even being a subscriber, you know, I I finally wrote something in the chat, and the first one was like what they want. Who just took me as I was, like didn't judge me or so, like said hello, welcome, and so on. And back then it worked out for me. Yeah, like it helped. So
well,
it's like a family.
yeah, no, it totally is, and I think that that is, you touched on two crucial points, and I think that, now more than ever, um, because it didn't unfortunately, um, just start with the situation with Reckful,
Yeah,
but
oh, that hit me hard.
yeah, but it's about reaching out and communicating with people and staying in touch with people. But sometimes, you don't want to, if somebody's, in a bad spot or having a rough time, and I'm not telling people how to handle every situation, or your friends, your family, whoever you're talking to, you know them better than I do. But
Yeah,
I know from a personal standpoint, my personal experiences, both as somebody with depression and somebody who's uh, close friends and family have depression as well, that sometimes people just, they don't, you know, want you to, play 20 questions. You call them and say, hey, I'm going to see this movie. You want to come? And if they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. But, just
yeah,
you thinking about them or you inviting them and you go to the movie, you laugh, and maybe it's not 100% turnaround from where they're, the bad spot that they're in. But just having somebody to hang out with and be around, I think is awesome. So I'm happy that you got to experience that, and what they want is an awesome person. Been to the stream several times, um, and
yeah.
fun watching them play Bloodborne. Uh, and yeah, scream at the scream, or that scream at the screen. But well, I'm happy, obviously, that you were able to find Mushu and find all of us, and that's awesome. And so, what started to reignite your passion for streaming again? Well, I mean, what was it? Just one thing, or was it multitude of things?
um Basically it was like I it may sound a little bit cheesy there, but I saw like how much Mushu enjoyed like the streaming, like talking to people. Like you really saw in her eyes, and like in the way she's speaking to the people, that she's like really really enjoying it. And slowly I was started thinking, so you kind of want to do, like you kind of want to talk to people, you kind of want to give them also a good day. If they have a shitty day, like in their work, like, or like with their family and stuff, they can come to your stream, and they can like um just forget for like at least a few hours what happened, like enjoy themselves, enjoy the game and stuff. um that thanks to Musha, I discovered this for myself, like just by looking at her, like looking her in the eyes and seeing how she's enjoying it.
Well, I think that again, you touched on a very crucial point, and that's that for a lot of people, streams are a haven from all the terrible, terrible things that are, unfortunately, happening in the world right now.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and it's okay to talk about, topics, whatever you want to talk about in your stream. It's okay to talk about. But I think for a lot of people, they, appreciate just having somebody to come hang out with and, laugh and, enjoy a video game, or enjoy a
Yeah.
movie, or enjoy, I think that that is. So don't, I mean, we are at the end of the day, as far as the classification is concerned, it'd be considered entertainment. But don't ever, if you are a streamer, don't ever just, mock yourself as, I'm just entertainment, or my
No,
value
no, no.
only begins and ends, with making somebody laugh. I mean, that makes the world of difference for people that don't have, a place to turn to, or a place that they feel that they necessarily belong. I mean, streams make a huge impact. And I didn't know that at first either when I first came to streaming. I thought streaming was strictly entertainment. I thought that, you didn't really ever develop a connection with the streamer. You went and you hung out for a little bit and you had a good time. You could join the Discord, maybe talk with them for a little bit afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I started to notice that, yes, that is some streamers, but there's also a lot of streamers who develop close connections with the people in their community. And one of the core values to them, as a personal note, is that they think, or wholly believe, however you want to phrase it, that it the stream doesn't end and begin when you hit the go live or end stream button. That they're
Yeah.
constantly, reaching out to people, making content as far as YouTube videos, working on stuff, like it keeps on going and going and going, hanging out in their discords. And they really, really are extremely passionate and hardworking people.
Yeah, I get that. I honestly want to be this person too. Like I have like around the stream, like behind the scenes, several ideas that I'm working out currently. Um, so I want to give my community the best amount of entertainment that they can enjoy. Um, so I even want to go into something like educational stuff, like with all the stuff that happens. I feel like at this point, you need to explain to people something, like at least if it's your opinion, like you make the people think if they just hear your opinion. Some people just, go to Google and Google what did this guy just say there, like, and that's what I want, what I wanted to do, like in like a future stream, like once per week or once per month.
Well, I think that you know, different perspectives, whether people agree with them or not, I think it is crucial to the development. And the development, by the way, of any person doesn't end and begin, out of school. Um, it should go on throughout your life. But I think hearing different viewpoints, whether you agree with them or not, I think is crucial to developing as a human being.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a chance to analyze, oh, well, this is why somebody thinks this way, and this is why, they grew up this way, and this is what their viewpoint might be. Because, you know, as they say, no one is an island. We're
Yeah.
all, we're all here together. And the more that technology and social media and stuff like this become prevalent, the more we become interconnected. So no, I think that's great. Nar, so is this going to be like your own podcast segment, or?
Mm, I try to get people in. Like I have some ideas around this. Like I want to get like around 4 people with me in, so that I have like multiple opinions. To get like multiple characters also in. Um, so the people can see like, okay, maybe Nar is like this opinion, but let's say the other guy is like has a complete other opinion there. Like he has also like good points for it. You know, give the people something to think there. Um, it recently started for me like to grow more and more since the Rectal thing.
Mhm.
Being a person like that is fighting with depression, it's myself. Um, it kind of was hitting me hard, like seeing all the rudeness and outside in the internet, how rude people can be,
Mhm.
and I felt like okay, if not now should be the time to educate people to show them um, don't be an a-hole.
Yeah.
um be kind, like you don't know what the person like in front of you or like on the other side of the PC witnessed, like what is his experience in life. Just be nice for once.
No, and that is something that I think carries in game, out of game, all throughout your life. You always try to um, even if it's just a passing glancing conversation, trying to give the other person the benefit of the doubt or um, because I think I've said this example before. That person that randomly cuts you off in traffic or whatever, right?
Yeah,
You can sit there and get mad at it. The truth of the matter is, they probably didn't even know you were there,
yeah,
and
exactly.
you can get mad at it. You can get upset about it. And I'm not saying that you're not justified in doing so, but it ultimately does more harm to you to carry it with you than to just simply say, you know what, they were probably late to work or something like that, and they didn't even see me. And people, would say, well, yeah, but they driving like that, somebody could, yeah, but I mean, you can't stop them. What are you gonna, even
Yeah.
even if you know, or you see them pulling to a parking lot and you pull in right after them and you say, hey, you can't drive like that. That doesn't change it. I mean, they're gonna think that you're
Yeah.
the strange person. This creep just followed me to a parking lot and told me to not drive like that. So
Yeah.
so you're not going to you're not in any way, shape, or form going to change somebody's opinion like that. So the best thing to do is just to be understanding, give them the benefit of the doubt, and you'll go much farther in life, I think, giving people the benefit of the doubt when you can. Um, so
Yeah.
I think Vidiot says depends on what you drive. Vidiot drives a tank, you know. Slow down, you know. Uh, I will I will go through this traffic to get to you if I have to. Like, no, Vidiot, come back. Um, but Vidiot's got the collection of twisted metal vehicles in his backyard. Like
Yeah,
like
the
I'll,
kill count.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll fix you. like um but yeah, no, I think that is a very healthy and wonderful perspective to have, Nar. Is somebody that if you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to talk about it at all. I always make sure that's clearly understood, but it's somebody
Yeah.
that's that also has depression. I can give my examples, but I think hearing another perspective, you know, streaming when you have depression, I know we all have those days where we're like, okay, today has been crazy. Thanks so much for the raid, brother. I appreciate it. We're having like a rough day, and I just I just need to uh take a day off, take 2 days off, take um, however long I need. But when you find that motivation or you decide, okay, well, now I'm ready to get back into it, how do you kind of prep yourself? you know, from uh, from stream to stream, so to speak, having something like depression? Is there something that um, uh, you do to kind of um, set yourself up for, I guess, lightening the load mentally, if you will?
I I mean, I got like some ritual like that I have like
Okay.
always going on for like every stream. Before every stream, I'm gonna take a cold shower um to keep myself, let's say, cool. Um, yeah. After that, I'm eating something, calm myself. Maybe look some other streams to enjoy myself a little bit there. Then I'm gonna stream, and after the stream, I'm to get my mindset free. I'm gonna take go out for a walk. Um, so I just see like going for a walk, visit my parents or so, and I'm fine after this. Like this is my ritual, and I feel good after this. Like I can say, okay, I'm gonna stream the next day with that too.
How crucial, from your personal perspective, how crucial? And I'm glad to know that somebody else takes cold showers once in a while too. Uh, I usually I try to take warm showers, but like if I need to wake up or something, I gotta take a cold shower.
Yeah,
Um,
culture.
you know, uh, but with you know with regards to taking time off, um, how important do you think that is? Not just having depression or somebody having anxiety or hang on, wait. Several people have said this. I'm sorry, Nar. I gotta. Okay, so listen. The ladder behind me. There's a hole in my ceiling. Don't ask how it got there. There's a hole in my ceiling that they're coming to fix on Tuesday. So I just went ahead and put the ladder up there. Okay. Anyways, um, yeah, sometimes bunnies are just like hopping around and like they jump too high and they hit their head on the ceiling. Shit happens. Anyways, okay. So how important is it to take those days to like mentally reset? Like, I mean, for
um,
for for everybody, do you think? I mean, do you think it's something um that everybody uh benefits from, or
so I feel like dealing with like depression or like mental issues is it's some some kind way more important to take some days off. Um, just to clear your mind. I mean, everybody has like some um point where you just can't go any further. Like so the social stuff is then too much. Like your parents is too much. Like maybe your girlfriend or wife is too much, and then you need to shut yourself a little bit off from streaming so you can like focus on the important things like your mental health. And so I feel like it's important to take at least some days off, like, and know your limits. Like don't never go over your limits with streaming. Like if you don't feel like streaming, then don't stream.
yeah,
It just drags you down more.
I think that's you said a key phrase, know your limits. I think that um you have to have mental resets and you have to take breaks and people, there's a streamer that I just found recently because he was on the front page for charity for Black Lives Matter, but it turns out he's also on one of the stream teams of a friend of mine. And the my friend is named Cosmic Born, but the guy I'm talking about in particular is a guy named K Witty, Witty 23.
Hmm.
And he
I
does,
think I saw it.
Yeah, no, he's insanely good. He does Bloodborne, Sekiro runs, and he's on Team Hitlist, and you get on Team Hitlist by doing a Soulsborne game um, without getting hit. So that's how good he is.
Huh.
He completed one of those games without taking damage. Um, so he he's insanely good at these games. But he was talking the other day, that I mean he's a full time streamer, and he's a bigger streamer too. I mean he averages 500-600 viewers. I mean he's up there with Mushu. He's partnered, um, and and he said he had to take a few days the other day, and he said he never likes to miss streaming. He absolutely loves it, and he loves being there all the time. But he had to, just take a few days. I mean, you know, you your favorite streamers, your full-time streamers, everybody has to take a mental reset. So never
Yeah.
ever be too hard on yourself if you have to. And by the way, if this is something that you're doing, um, if if this is something that you're doing, um, because you are doing it professionally or you're working towards doing it professionally, right? There's there's perhaps um, a drive to maybe go the extra mile and say, well, I don't really feel like streaming today, but I gotta stream anyways because I gotta get my hours in, or I have to get the days in to make partner or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, like I appreciate that mindset, but at the same time, okay, I've seen people who make, tremendous strides in gaining viewership and all this stuff, and they keep pushing themselves and they keep pushing themselves and they keep pushing themselves,
Exactly.
and then eventually they become so burnt out that they don't stream for 6 months.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that is more detrimental to, if you're worried about your growth as a streamer, that's more detrimental to your growth as a streamer than taking off a weekend. An impromptu weekend that you had planned. Um, so yeah, never apologize for that stuff. The main thing is it's consistency, and it's not necessarily consistency doesn't mean every day. It doesn't mean streaming 14 hours a day. It doesn't mean consistency means that on some level you have activity somewhere. So whether it's you talk in the Discord, you hang out in other people's streams, but you don't have to be streaming 24/7 and just burn yourself out, cuz I
Yeah.
think every single person has seen, if you haven't done it yourself, you've seen a friend or another streamer, um, you've seen somebody do it. You've seen somebody get burnout, and if it hasn't been in streaming, I mean, look, the reason I'm fat right now, I know it's gonna sound like where the hell's he going with it? The part of the reason like I have such trouble keeping, hey Star, what's going on, brother? Part of the reason I have such a hard time keeping diets right now is because when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, I did nothing but these bodybuilding diets, and so I was eating chicken, broccoli, green beans, rice, brown rice, and salmon. And that's pretty
Oh.
pretty much what I ate for like several years to get that quote unquote bodybuilding Hollywood physique. And after that, I was like, you know what? After that couple of years was over, I was like, you know what? Fast food sounds really damn good. Fast food sounds really damn good right about now. And then it didn't stop for 10 years, and now I'm fat. No, but in all seriousness, like it's better to do like I mean like The Rock. Everybody knows pretty much who The Rock is, Dwayne Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Icon of icons. Who says that one day he's going to run for some political office. Rock, I'm going to hold you to that. Um, But he, by the way, that'd be hilarious. If The Rock becomes president, he would literally become like,
The
eh,
Rock.
well, yeah, well, the Rock, but could you just imagine him, uh, being in the UN meeting, and for those of you who have ever had the pleasure of watching him in WWE, or back when it was WWF, was when he was the most prominent. And by the way, if you go back and watch those old videos, it's insane to realize how young he was when he started. He was like 22 when he started, like getting mainstream attention and stuff. But just him in a UN meeting, and some diplomat of another country goes to say something, and The Rock goes, "It doesn't matter what like that would be." Who is this Rudy Poo Candy? Um, yeah, no, The Rock's like legit, like 6'5", 6'6", or something. And yeah, and he gets like better looking with age. He's one of those people.
Oh
But
yeah.
he no, he would be like, you have, what was it, Air Force One or whatever it is, with um I'm trying to remember, yeah, Harrison Ford, I'm pretty sure it was, where like the plane gets hijacked and the president saves the day. Yeah, that would literally be The Rock. Like, like if anybody ever tries to take over like the White House or something, like The Rock's like the one who's like taking out everybody. Um, so I don't know, I just love The Rock. I'm a huge fan for The Rock. But anyways, he takes, rest days and stuff too. He has his days, his cheat days, as he'll say, where he goes and he eats pancakes or
Yeah, everybody.
waffles. Yeah, and that's how he maintains eating so clean for most of his life. So, breaks in anything that you do, um, is crucial. You don't want to. Very few people. Um, very few people are going to have that 24/7 mentality and not burn out in some capacity. And I'm going to tell you right now, right? Even if you don't mentally burn out, and take this from somebody as who's about to be another year older, going into his 30s, eventually your body says, "Oh, you think you can? You can't. I've decided now." One day you're doing cartwheels in the backyard, and the next day your body's like, "Ha ha, you can't get out of bed now." And so yeah,
Yeah.
so even if it mentally you're prepared to go, physically you got to take your days off too. So never ever be ashamed to have to take a break or something. Because I see people all the time saying like, "Hey, sorry guys, I gotta take a day off," and I do it too. But yeah, shouldn't have to apologize for being human. So
Yeah,
I,
exactly.
I think that that's a very crucial thing. So when you hit that go live button though, do you find out that there's a relief, I guess I would say, if you're worried about or anxious about, streaming? Because I know, when like I said, as somebody with depression, anxiety myself, that, I get nervous sometimes. Like, well, what if today's the day that nobody likes me? Or what if today's the day that, I say something and everybody's like, he's finally lost it, Um,
Yeah.
but what about, I mean, what about you? Oh, I should clarify too. When I hit that go live button and I start talking to people and hanging out with people, I just, it immediately relaxes me.
Exactly. It's almost the same for me. It's like if uh if I hit this go live button, as you mentioned, it's most likely that my brain, like the thinking, negative thinking that I have, like shuts up. Like I concentrate on the game, I concentrate on the chat, and even if I have like a not a good day at all, I know like my core community. is there to talk to me or like cheer me up. Um, so I completely forget like what it's what negative thinking I have. It's not working every time. Like there are like days I think you notice too, like where your mental health is like in a really really bad state. Um, but in let's say 90% of the cases it works.
I think,
So yeah.
yeah, I think, and that's I think the big thing is that it, the frequency, right? It's not going to work. I mean, there's just going to be days where, there's no rhyme or reason. I've said
Mm.
before, I made a Twitter post about it, that depression doesn't work on commission. It's happy to work for free.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm like you. Far more often than not, just hanging out with everybody is an amazing, relaxing, and just relieving experience. So, you get to, and if anything, um, you don't have to. One of the things that I've started to learn more and more is you don't have to put on a front or a brave face if you let people know what's going on. But most of as you stream more and more, your chat starts to resonate more and more with you as a person, and it becomes, obvious. Uh, I'm one of those people. I've got a great poker face when I'm playing poker. I have a horrible poker face when I'm doing anything else in life. Like, even
Yeah.
even even 30 years old. Like, if I take a cookie from the cookie jar and I hear Mama Yon say, "Who ate the last cookie?" I'm like, "It wasn't me," as I've got like crumbs all over my face. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah. I
uh,
mean, the main thing I think is that we always need to remember, even if we are streamer, or like at some point, some streamer are also like celebrities. Um, but we need to always need to remember we are like humans. Like that's the main point there. Um, we have like our bad days. We have like days where we can just hide that we are feeling bad. I think I never met like some any person that can hide his feelings so good that when he is has like a really really bad day, uh, so that he can hide it. Like I never met a person like this.
well, especially if you play, you know, uh, competitive games at any point in time. I mean, the mental exhaustion from just
Oh yeah,
doing competitive games is going to wear on you. Um, and that's kind of why I had to step away from Overwatch for the most part, um, because I couldn't invest myself emotionally in it. Overwatch is the relationship where I kept, like, this is Overwatch to a T. Everybody has that friend or that romantic relationship you've been in where you're always calling and always texting the person, and then one time you just say to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna let them text or call me. And then 3 months later, you hear from them, and they're like, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in a bit. Everything okay?" Like, you could have called me, and then, like, in this whole 3 months, like, you could have actually initiated the conversation. I feel like that's Overwatch. Like, I give and give and give and give, and every once in a while, Overwatch is like, "Here's some SR, you know, here's a good game," and then it just, I couldn't. So if I'm not playing with friends, I can't do Overwatch anymore. I can go die to the root mother boss fight on Remnant a million times over and be like, RNG, what are you gonna do? But then, I get into a game with not just people that are not playing very well, but people that are super toxic, and then I'm like, RNG. You got an RNG roll on whether or not they're good, and then you got an RNG roll on whether or not they have a good personality. And yeah, so Overwatch. Since we're on that subject, is that the only competitive game that you play, or? Hello? Hello? Oh. Oh, okay. Hang on 1 second, everybody. His power cut out. So, Kat, thanks so much for the host, buddy. Appreciate it. No, it's okay. He'll be back. He'll be back. That stuff happens. So in the meantime, as I always say, I try to give the interviewee my full undivided attention. Um, but I really, really do appreciate all the follows, as always, the raids, um, the uh, the subscriptions, the resubscribes, everything. You all are amazing. Love you all so much, and thank you. The biggest thing is too, thank you all for being here as well. Um, like I appreciate the support for me. Obviously, I really, really do. But in the interviews, I appreciate it even more that you all show up and you guys are here to listen to like Nar or Starboy later, whoever I'm interviewing, because I know that that is, I know me personally. I can't speak for the interviewee, but I know me personally that if I were like, I appreciate it, Cat, and you are awesome. Uh, the I can't speak for everybody, and I don't. But like, if I showed up to like an interview, and this interview had like, you know, 15, 16 people, and then during my interview there was like one, and it was Nightbot. I mean that would kind of hit me. So I appreciate that everybody shows up, as best they can for all these interviews because I know that I appreciate it, but I also know that the interviewee appreciates it too, having people, show up to hang out with them during these because interviews are stressful things. I'm just here for the bunny overall. Okay, well that's fair. So am I, ironically. Um, hey, Sohain, how's it going, buddy? How are you doing? So, I think he's coming back. I hope so. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Sohain. I hope it picks up for you. Oh no, this costume's adorable. Friggin', I made a good purchase. Um, and yeah, it's also the bunny onesie from the movie A Christmas Story, which makes it even funnier. Um, but yeah, I'm doing great, Sax. My eye's still a little funky, but it is what it is. You know, I'll deal with it at the time. So it's gonna get some rest though the next 2 days because I'm just doing the interviews, and I'm not really having to stare at a screen and like meticulously like look at stuff as things are going on. Um, Hang on 1 second. So yeah, let me give the proper shout outs now too. Let me run through this stuff real quick while we're waiting. Kat, thanks so much for the host, buddy. Really appreciate it. Friday, thank you so much for the follow. Jenna, thank you so much for the follow. Maddie, thank you for the follow. Crazy, thank you for the huge raid. McCarter, thank you for the huge raid. Ross, thank you for the host. Mike, thank you for the host. Um, and then why does it not show the resubs? That's so. But I know Amber, I know you resubbed, so thank you so much for the resub. Um, did I miss anyone? I don't need to make sure I didn't miss anybody. That is just so bizarre that it doesn't show that all the time. Okay. Okay, okay. All right, he's back, everybody. Yep, facts, and that's why I love doing it because we get to like I've had people before I pull Nar back up. I've had people tell me like, "Hey, I'm in this person's stream all the time, and I didn't know this stuff." So that's always an awesome experience. All right, I'm gonna pull Nar back up to the channel. So
There we go.
okay.
Sorry,
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Stuff happens. Um,
Germany. No.
um, I no, I was just telling them how much I appreciate everybody showing up to support you. Uh, but yeah, I speaking of support, you know, um, what's your actually before we talk about your experience, what led you to join the Mushu stream team?
Ooh, good question. I think it was Mushu itself. Like I Mushu helped me like in private DMs with some stuff that was like going on in my like private life. She gave me like another like view of my situation,
Mm-hmm.
and we had like some pretty good talk there. Back then I was like, okay, you want to stream, you love this family, you love this clan. Why not ask Mushu like if she accept you? And it turns out that she was like just saying, yeah, okay, go ahead, welcome to the team. Like completely free and like Mushu is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just make sure like that you play by the rules. We both know the rules of the Mushu clan, like streaming with Twitch tiers and so on. Um, and yeah, that was it was simply Mushu, like, and the way Mushu was to me.
Well, yeah, I think the stream leader is a core reason for anybody to come to a stream team, and that's why Mushu, has drawn so many people to the stream team. Because I forget how many we are now, but I think there's two more that came in.
I
So,
think we are over 50 now.
oh yeah, well I thought somebody said the other day we were at like 60. Um,
Oh, that's much.
yeah, one of these days I'm gonna count. Wait, hang on. Okay, wait. We have 35. So let's do the math here real quick. So okay, so we have 45, 48, 51. So 50. Okay, so no, we have 53 actually, not 60.
Okay,
So we have 53, which is still
huge number.
yeah, exactly. Um so, it's definitely a very warm and welcoming um family, and I appreciate that you came to the stream team, for Mushu. And
Yeah,
I've had similar experiences with Mushu as far as her helping me out with some stuff and talking in DMs and stuff. She's a wonderful person, absolutely wonderful.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but what's it been like, making friends and connections and stuff like that since you've joined?
Oh, basically, I have like many connections. Since I joined, met many great people that I greatly can say that they are my friends by now. Um, I'm, for example, I met like Darkoon.
Hmm.
He's like um one of the greatest persons that I ever met. Like Andrew or like Hotmere.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they're both fantastic.
he he's something else. He always puts a smile on me, like
Insert
um,
dad joke here. Um,
yeah, insert that joke, right?
so yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm just grateful for like the people that I met so far
yeah,
in
it's
the team.
funny because I came, um, honestly, I had I had a you know a similar experience in a lot of ways because you know I knew Mushu, but I didn't really know anybody in the team, and I had been on hiatus for so long. I honestly didn't think I would get on a stream team, and I wasn't going to hold it in any way, shape, or form personal. I just didn't think I was going to get on because I hadn't been part of the community for a while since I took a hiatus. Um,
Yeah.
but I was welcomed with open arms, and I've made amazing friends since then. And I was it was the first stream team I'd ever joined, and I was definitely nervous about one making a good impression myself, but two, I didn't know how things I didn't know how things were going to go with people liking me and stuff like that. Because when people don't like you
Yeah.
as a viewer in your own channel, you're like, they won't come back to my channel. But
Yeah.
if people don't like you in a stream team, it could get awkward really quickly. Um, but everybody, I have had the most amazing, wonderful experiences. Yeah, I interviewed Darko,
Yeah.
Gaslin, Sleepy. It's just been absolutely wonderful. Everybody I've gotten a chance, Ellie, everybody I've gotten a chance to interview so far, and yeah, and Andrew is on tomorrow for those of you who will be able to see that.
I will
Um,
definitely watch it.
yeah, that's I got some dad jokes ready for that, and it,
Oh, nice.
yeah, I had to look them up, but I'm ready. Um, all right, later, Amber. Have a good one, buddy. Love you too. Um, and so it's just been a an amazing experience, and I'm happy that you joined us. Um, like I said, I mean, I was going through some stuff too, so I completely relate to that. And I'm happy that you're I won't say resolved because, as we know, having depression, it's never fully resolved, but we do know
Yeah.
that we can work on it and make it, much easier, better experience for ourselves. Um, going
Exactly.
going forward, we had talked about, the educational aspect you wanted to add to your stream. Was there other stuff that you wanted to add? Is there anything else that you're like goals, like going for partners, stuff like that you're looking to do?
Oh, the partners way is like the big dream, like making this whole like streaming thing to like a job, an actually job where I can live from.
Yeah,
That's the big dream. Um, but for now, I don't want to think like so far ahead. Like I was saying, okay, I want to get partner. And, like it's the next step. For me, like the next step is like okay, getting 200 followers, getting after that
right.
like 300 followers, and so on and so on. Like everything after like that comes with the followers and like the viewers. That's the bonus. So um there yeah. So I don't have like greater plans like with the partner. I just want to enjoy like and give the people like for now a good time. Um, I said it like in my Discord like to my community once like if I can give one person in my streams like a smile, like and he enjoys the stream and he smiles and forget like about problems, then I did my job. Like only one person, and that's my way of thinking. Like, and I want to keep it this way.
Yeah, and I think that is not just a practical, but I think that's a very wholesome and genuine way to look at it because it doesn't matter whether you eventually end up streaming for 10,000 people or 10.
Yeah,
The core people that you have at the beginning and the foundation of your stream, those people not only do they, I mean, just by practicality, not only do they become the people you will, most likely be closest with, but they set the tone for your community going forward, and how your stream will develop. So if you have an amazing, inviting community with those like I said, 10 viewers or who, however many you start out with, that makes it a fun, inviting place for people to come in. Um, just like you said, what they want has been, around for quite a bit. Found, uh, foundational member of, Mushu's community.
Yeah.
Come in, warm and welcoming, and you met somebody, you made a connection with the streamer, but you also met somebody, and that reinforced it. So I mean, even from your own personal experience, you would kind of affirm that viewpoint. Not to put words in your mouth, but I mean, even from your own viewpoint, it's how crucial the people that are closest with you represent you. They always say about birds of a feather, but it is really practical and again wholesome and genuine to look at those people that you have coming in and putting a smile on their face or making a connection or brightening one person's day. People remember that stuff, and
Yeah.
I've had people that I don't see for a while, but they come back, and they will say, hey, we haven't been around because of work or family or school or whatever, but we didn't forget from 6 months ago, and we're here now. We're happy to hang out with you, and that stuff. I mean, that you know, returning viewers are always wonderful, but to have people that have you in the back of their mind after being away for a long time is it's a hell of an experience. I'll put it that
Yeah.
way. Um, so Robert, thank you so much for the raid, brother. Appreciate it. Um, so you had mentioned getting to 200 followers, and I didn't necessarily mean skipping straight ahead to thinking about partner, but yeah. So you're gonna plan for 200 followers. What is like the next game series that you're looking to do?
Um, Basically after like the whole Sea of Thieves adventure that we always like do the last few weeks by now, I'm planning to do like the Assassin's Creed Black Flag to
Okay.
stick with my pirates roots, you know. Um,
I want to become a pirate
maybe
with
yeah.
getting a damn eye patch for this eye. Anyways,
Yeah. Otherwise, I want to play like kind of want to play like Hellblade, um, the for PC, um, because I played it once, but I feel like I want to play it on stream, like show this amazing game like on stream, you know. Otherwise, beside that, I'm gonna stick to my roots to do like the community Fridays that I always have. Maybe go back to my story Sundays if I feel like it. Um, yeah,
okay. So
variety.
you have community days on Fridays. I want to
Yeah,
get
I
that
have
across.
community days on Fridays. I let the community like I always let set a poll up on Discord. Let the community vote what they want to see and what they want to play. So it's completely in the hand of the community what we're gonna play on Friday.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I thought it was a good idea, like giving something back, like giving like some of the decision back. What people want to see. It's also interesting for me, like what people are interested in. Um, and yeah, like playing with the community, playing giving something back, like they watch me, you know, like I give something back to them, like by playing with them and enjoying my time with them. um it felt like a good idea.
I'm gonna have to. I mean, I'm gonna have to. I'm making a note of that right now. I like that. I'm gonna have to start doing polls and stuff like that for what games we play. Because I think that that's a really really good way to look at it is putting it back in the hands of the community. So I
Yeah.
yeah, that's I don't know. I like that. That's awesome. I like that idea a lot, Nar. Um, okay. Well, is there anything that you would want to add?
basically thank you for having me, and thank you for the people like in the chat like being there. As always, you guys are amazing. Yanni, you are amazing.
I appreciate it.
Just just want to point it out. Like I like the bunny suit.
Yes, the bunny suit. You all just use me for the bunny suit. No, it's um no, yeah, I love this thing. Actually, it's super comfy, honestly. Um, at what point, my mom starts to worry about me. Mama Yon starts to worry about me as I'm just casually wearing the
No.
bunny suit around the house. Like she's like, "Do you have an interview today?" Like she knows I have an interview when I have the bunny suit on, but she's like, "Do you have an interview today?" No, just thought I'd wear it. She's she's gonna start calling people, be like, "It finally happened. He lost it." Having a tea party out in the middle of the yard with the bunny suit on. More tea, Alice. Uh, but yeah, this is. I appreciate that you all enjoy the experience, but this is always an experience for me as well. It's always an awesome experience to get to meet people, talk to people, and get to really know more about the backstory of people. Because, like I always say, sometimes you can catch this stuff on stream, but most streams it's sporadically spliced throughout. A little bit of background here, a little bit of what I think here while they're playing
Yeah,
games. But you don't really have segments that are wholly dedicated to getting to talk with and understand people.
yeah.
And these are always enlightening and amazing experiences for me. Um, for everybody that is still in chat, um, if you could do me a favor, Nar is trying to get to 200 followers. Drop him a follow. Go say hi next time. When are you streaming next, Nar?
On Sunday maybe. I I I think on Sunday I'm gonna go back to the community stuff. Like I couldn't stream on Friday because I had like some internet issues again.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna go and do the community stuff on Sunday this time. So
Okay. Well, be sure to check him out. See if you can and catch him on. Do you have a schedule posted up in your Discord
yeah,
or?
there's a schedule like on my Discord, on my channel, basically everywhere where you can find my Twitch channel.
Okay. Well, do you want to put a um? Oh, wait. Did you say you had it on your Twitch channel?
I have it on my Twitch channel. Like in my description, I like the About Me
Oh, okay.
section, and
You.
also
I see it now. I see it now. You have one of the stream alert things.
yeah,
Okay. Um, everybody, please go drop Nar a follow. Let me give the shout out again here. So you can see the channel.
thank you.
Um, absolutely fantastic. Super sweet, amazing dude. Would recommend everybody go check him out. And I really, really, really love to promote story-driven streamers. I don't get me wrong. I very, very fond and appreciate my streamer brethren who do uh, competitive gaming. But I think my roots are steeped in story-driven games, and I always love when people are, especially if it's older school games or games that I've already played, I get to go back and watch somebody else's experience from it. Um,
Yeah,
so it's always a joy to see how people react to things. Um, so yeah, everybody, please go check out our amazing dude, part of an amazing stream family in the Mushu clan. And yeah, cannot say enough good about him and the rest of the people that are part of the stream team. They are all amazing, and you can't go wrong without you can't go wrong with checking out any of them. So would highly
yeah,
recommend it. Okay,
exactly.
as always, then, Nar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it in your hands if there's nothing else to say. I always let the if the streamer themselves is not streaming, I let the streamer or the guest, I should say, pick who they want to host. or who we
Oh,
host.
let me quickly look into my Twitch here.
My crystal ball.
Yeah, my crystal ball. I need to close my eyes, rub the ball, and say some um. Basically, let's send some love to Turu. I think with all the stuff that's going on, I think they deserve some love.
Okay, can you put?
The link
Yeah, it's not showing. Why is it not showing up for me? Hang on.
I can give it to you like in
Yeah, yeah. If you just want to put,
Discord if you.
if you just want to, oh, you could just put their name in chat, and I'll just do the raid.
Okay, then I'm going to do it like this.
Hey, Lixie, how's it going, buddy? You caught us just at the end, unfortunately.
Oh no, there's a little mistake on. Uh, old man and typing.
Oh.
uh, this is the right one. It was accidentally like a D in Rue.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I was like, wait, is there a D? Um, I'm sorry, Lixie. Love you. The VOD will be up though, Lixie, and it was really awesome. I always recommend people checking the VODs. And that reminds me, like I said, the VODs of these videos are still up. And if you missed anything in the interview or you didn't catch the other interviews, always recommend checking the VODs. Um, because yeah, these are fantastic chances to get to meet new people, new streamers that you might not have had the chance to connect with, and also even ones that you've had. This gives you the chance to learn stuff that you might not have previously learned. So, would definitely recommend checking out the VODs if you miss any of them. And with that being said, let me. Oh, we're gonna throw the raid to Turu. Um, and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, we're gonna be interviewing Starboy No, and then tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're gonna be interviewing Hot Meal Andrew. So hope you all can make it to those. Again, the VODs will be up though if for some reason you can't. Uh, and this has been always an amazing experience. Love you all so much. Thank you for everything that you all do. Thank you for the subs, the raids, everything. And as I said too, you know, it's great, to get the raids and all that stuff. But what I sincerely appreciate is that you all make it to these interviews, to show up and support the people that we're interviewing. Because I know I don't want to speak for them, but I know that that has to mean a lot for them to see people chatting and hanging out while they're doing the interviews. So love you all so much as always. Um, Say hi to Turu. Give him some love. And I will catch you all here in a couple hours for Starboy's interview. And yeah, until then, I'll see y'all here in a little bit. Bye, everybody. All right, let me